Hi besties, and welcome back to Weekends with Oscarito. If you're returning, hi babes, hey boo, I missed you. If this is your first time, buckle up because around here we tell the truth with a hug and a little side eye if needed. So get comfy, grab your iced coffee or your tea because today we're diving into boundaries, second chances, and the magic of choosing yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. So let's get started with question 1. Alright, so question 1. How do I set boundaries without feeling like the villain? Dang, we're starting strong today. This one comes from Luisa, who says, Oscarito, every time I set a boundary, I feel guilty. Am I being mean or dramatic? No, Luisa, let me be extremely clear. Setting a boundary does not make you the villain in anyone's story. It makes you the main character in your own. So listen, people who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always interpret your growth as an attack. And that's not your problem. That's their emotional homework. So let me tell you a real story. Years ago, I set a tiny boundary with someone who was always late, you guys. All the freaking time. And that was so freaking annoying. I'd be waiting like a side character in my own life. So you know what I did? One day I finally said, hey, if you're gonna be late, just let me know or we'll have to reschedule. And dang, that was badass of me, you know? But baby, you'd think I took their house, their job, and their dog. Dramatic. But you know what I learned? People who care adjust, and people who don't, they make excuses. Luisa, you're not being mean, you're being clear, and clarity is kindness. So Luisa, take this advice and go with it. Alright, so question 2. Should I give my ex a second chance if they say they've changed? Ooh, deep breath everyone. We're gonna start entering the danger zone. This one comes from Ray, who says, my ex wants to get back together and says they've changed. I still have feelings. Do people really change or am I being naive? Ray, okay, let me put my tea down for this. Take a deep breath. People can change, but they rarely change just because they want you back. They change because they did the work, without you holding the flashlight, the toolbox, and their emotional water bottle. There's a difference between changed behavior and pretty speeches. So let me give you a real example. Someone once came back into my life with the whole apology tour. They knew all the right words, they even quoted their therapist. Except later, you know what I did? I found out that they hadn't even actually gone to therapy. Babe, the audacity of that shit. So this is what I tell everyone. When someone says, I've changed, don't look at their mouth. Look at their patterns. So, are they patient now? Are they consistent? Do they take accountability without melting? Do they show up without excuses? If the answer is no, then what they want is not to love you better. They want access to you again. So Ray, don't confuse nostalgia with compatibility. If you consider giving a second chance, let it be based on who they are now, not just who you wish they'd become. So Ray, sending you a big hug, and let's get into question 3. How do I stop comparing myself to others? Uy, honestly, this one hits all of us, but this one comes from Sandra, who asks, I see everyone online doing better than me. Better relationships, better jobs, better bodies. How do I stop comparing myself? Deep breath, but Sandra, darling, half of what you see online is staged, filtered, and cropped. So let me give you an example. I once saw a girl online crying about her breakup with mascara running down her face. I thought, damn, you know, she still looks flawless. But then I saw another clip. Baby, she had a whole lighting crew, a whole cinematic heartbreak. I can't compete with that, honestly. But here's the truth. Comparison is a thief, but it only steals what you refuse to protect. So here's how you stop comparing. You limit the noise. Unfollow, mute, or hide anyone who makes you feel less than, even if they're inspiring. Celebrate your small wins. Did you drink water today? That's a win. Did you choose peace instead of drama? That's another win. Did you say no to something you wanted people to please into? Baby, that's a trophy. And remember, your timeline is yours. You're not late, you're not behind, you're not missing out. You're right on time for your story, not somebody else's highlight reel. Sandra, comparison will always exist, but you get to choose whether it controls you. So Sandra, babe, I'm sending you a big hug and a besito, because maybe you need that too. But my loves, thank you for spending another weekend with me. I hope today's episode reminded you that boundaries are holy, second chances require proof, and you're incomparable, literally. So take a deep breath, unclench that jaw, drink some water, and remember, you deserve a soft life, even if you grew up in chaos. I love you, be safe, and don't answer that hey stranger text. This is Oscarito signing out, and I'll see you next weekend.